All right, guys, what's going on? We got a lot to talk about. We got fights starting here in Japan in about 8 hours. It is 12:20 p.m. Saturday, December 27th here in Sydney, Australia. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm gonna stay on for as long as you want. Hopefully everybody had having a good holiday weekend. Merry Christmas, happy holidays wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tapping in with me. And we got some news to talk about. We got the latest odds to talk about. I shared in the Discord. Um, I think five tickets so far, but two of them have been voided. So I put in two more tickets. Willibaldo Garcia had to pull out of his fight due to health reasons. Last I checked, Turkey Al Sheikh was trying to hustle um, to find a replacement fight, but we're not going to bet on that fight. Right now on this live stream, we're going to talk about the props on the Inoue fight, the props on the Nakatani fight, over and unders on both of those fights. I put a long parlay with fights that are happening in January. It sits at about plus 650. That long parlay is in the Discord. If you're new to the Discord, we have it sectioned off into boxing, MMA, NFL, NHL, baseball, hockey. And then there's a section called Johnny's Picks. Find Johnny's Picks. You'll see where I post all of my bets. Also, if you haven't joined the Discord, it's a couple bucks a month. That link is pinned right here. We launched the Patreon as well for you guys who want to support me in other ways as well. If you join the Patreon, you get access just as the Johnny Says Insider on YouTube as well. So we have a couple different options. Let me know if you have any questions, and we're going to get into it right now. I want to just pull up. I'm going to pull up. I'm going to pull up the ring. See if the ring posted. I want to see if Turkey was talking about he was trying to get a last second replacement for Willibaldo pulling out. So I just want to see if anything's up real quick, and then we'll get into the odds. Skeezy in the house. Crispy Chris, I see you. Fit J, Naoya on points. I don't see that. I see Naoya winning by stoppage. I don't see Picasso. I actually think Picasso's too brave to last 12. I don't think. Look, Picasso's not going to fight Inoue like MJ fought Inoue. MJ fought Inoue to survive. Picasso's going to fight him to win. All right, here we go. Let's have a look real quick. And the reason why this is unfortunate is this was my dog of the week. I had Willibaldo Garcia. I was picking him over Taraji. So as you can see here, Willibaldo Garcia drops out of title defense against Taraji at ring. The Night of the Samurai has lost some firepower. That was a fun fight too. Garcia's fallen ill and is out of the IBF title defense against Taraji on Saturday so he wasn't cleared by the commission. Garcia was set to make the first defense of his IBF title at Muhammad Abdul Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The card is headlined by Inoue defending his undisputed 122-pound title against Alan Picasso on DAZN. Garcia's manager, Sean Gibbons, told the ring he fell ill after eating following the weigh-in. Garcia, 23-6-2, 13 knockouts, weighed 114 pounds for the title fight. And we broke down this fight. Willibaldo Garcia, his 6 losses are all decisions. He had never been stopped. 4 of the 6 losses were majority decision. The 2 draws could have gone his way. This guy with 31 pro fights could easily be 30-1, and we were getting him at plus 400 odds. I thought he was gonna, and I don't rate Taraji. I don't rate the 33-year-old version of Taraji. So I'm just salty about that. I wanted to talk about it. And last I checked, Turkey was trying to replace it, but I mean, if he finds anyone to replace Willibaldo on 24 notice, it's gonna be somebody who's just gonna be a sacrificial lamb. So just wanted to talk about that. Let's pull up the odds real quick. So these are gonna be the current odds. I do want to talk about a fight that the odds have shifted crazy. I posted it in the Discord 3 hours ago. Give me a second. Shit's acting up. Here we go. All right, 3 hours ago, Felix Alvarado was plus 500, and Ibuki was $1.15. Ibuki is now $1.35. Alvarado is $3.50. I haven't seen a $2 swing in 2 hours. I don't know. I mean, at least in the last 12 months, these odds have shifted so much. I want like look at that. Look at the decline coming in on this. So 2 hours ago, Alvarado was if you look on the chart on the far right, you see the dollar sign. Just 2 hours. This isn't even fight week. This is in the last 120 minutes. Alvarado was $5.80, and he has dropped all the way down, and even off the chart. He's now at, like I told you, $3.50. It's pretty interesting. I don't know what to make of it yet. I am currently shout out to Nick from Breaking Bad Boxing. Nick from Breaking Bad sent me his notes for Ibuki and Alvarado, and I know he took Ibuki. This is an interesting fight. If I pull the trigger on this fight, I'll put it in the Discord. There's another guys. There's some. We'll get to Inoue. We'll get to Nakatani. I'm just trying to cover the ins and outs because if you would ask me 2 days ago, I thought all the money was going to be on us picking a dog, specifically Willabaldo. But now I taped Satsumi. Here, I'm going to talk about Satsumi and Quintana Sanchez real quick. Now, this doesn't sound like a fight that's going to jump off the paper, right? If you guys remember Raito Satsumi made his debut on that ring card in Times Square. He was the opening fight on the card with Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barbosa Jr., Rolly Romero, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Ramirez. He fought an American it was a really tough fight. I think it was a 4-rounder and maybe a 6-rounder, and Satsumi won on points. And now, I'm not saying Satsumi's going to lose. This will be Satsumi's 4th pro fight. Leobardo Quintana Sanchez, this would be his, I think, his 13th pro fight. Now, I'm not picking Sanchez to win, but I'm looking at these odds here. Sanchez is a tough Mexican. We know about the durability of Mexicans versus the Japanese fighters. This kid, he had great amateur pedigree. Whenever you have the last name Satsumi, you're coming out of Japan, you're going to have hype. You know about Turkey Al-Sheikh popping him and like promoting him. But I actually love the points. It's a 6-rounder, $1.66. I just got this fight maybe 3 hours ago. I'm loving this I'm loving this method of victory right here. I don't think Sanchez gets stopped. Once again, boys, if I pull the trigger on this fight, I'll put it in the Discord. But $1.66, that is great value for your parlay. And that's a 66% return. You got 18 minutes of work. I think Satsumi is going to handle him pretty convincingly. And I think Sanchez is tough. And we'll see if this is just another one of these fights that if you boys are getting action on, or wherever you are in the world, we're an international channel here, have a look at it. My point is, it's not just Inoue and Nakatani. Here's another one. So I'm taping this one as we speak. I was supposed to go live at 12:15. I was like 10 minutes late. Excuse me, my allergies are killing me. I was 10 minutes late because I was watching tape here on Taiga Imanaga versus Ayrton Garcia. Guys, I mean, Ayrton Garcia as a dog here. I'll bring up the box rec. If you guys haven't taped it, I'll bring up the stats and talk a little bit about it. But I think Ayrton Garcia is live here. He's going to be the more seasoned guy. I like when we look at their resumes. I'm just trying to give you guys more options, showing you the in detail of the fight card. You guys know we're not casuals here. We get into every single fight. We're trying to find value. We are archaeologists, so we're going to find value. We're going to find our wins. We're going to find our victories. They don't always have to be main events. You know how we do it on this channel. So I'm going to pull it up. Man, I think these odds might be wrong. All right, here's the breakdown real quick. So Imanaga is 9-0. Nine and 0, 5 knockouts, 5'9" southpaw, 26 years old. This is at 135 pounds. This will be his 3rd fight of 2025. He's fighting Erickson Garcia. This will be his 24th pro fight. Erickson Garcia has been active. I think he's fought 4 times this year. This might be his 5th fight this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this his 6th fight this year? This is why I wanted to talk about this fight, because of how active he's been. I always talk about, I like BoxRec's mobile version better. So Erickson Garcia, no, my bad. It'll be his 1, 2, 3. It's his 4th fight this year. He has that loss to Jordan White, and he lost to Jordan White in 2023. But he has a win over William Foster. He has a win over Giovanni Tejas, Christian Hernandez. He stopped. I mean, I think this kid is I think he's live, man. So once again, if I pull the trigger on this one, you will know in the next 2 hours. You will know in the Discord. If you're new to the Discord, go to Johnny's Picks. If you boys are OGs on the channel, you'll get a notification. But man, I don't know. Has anybody taped this? And but now we're gonna talk about the meat and potatoes. We're gonna talk about Inoue and Nakatani, but I'm gonna say what's up to all the boys. You guys are tapping in. Guys, wherever you are in the world, I say thank you. I say welcome. We're 12 minutes in. Like this video, subscribe. Also join the Discord, couple bucks a month. You join the best boxing community. Our Discord is a professional betting community. It's not just boxing. It's all pro sports. It's not just my picks. It's a community. So a couple bucks a month. I think in terms of boxing heads, sports nerds, it's a great community to be part of. We're about 340 VIPs in there, and it's moderated. You never have to worry about casuals. When you do get every now and then somebody acting really reckless, we do a really good job at moderating those people. King of Fitness, Skeezy. Tenio, what's up, Tenio? Watch Picasso versus Zach. Yeah, yayo, rush to the yayo, killer, buzz, give me yayo. You ain't got to say too much. Out of here. Gun to your head. Does Inoue and Picasso go over? I posted this. I have over 5.5. I took Inoue over 5.5, and I took Nakatani over 8.5. Johnny, could you give me a safe parlay so that if I won, I can afford? Hey man, if you can't afford $6 a month, man, don't gamble, brother. Just to let you know. I'm as real as you're gonna find. If you don't have $6-7 a month to join, don't join and don't gamble. I am not gonna sit here on a throne and tell you you're gonna get. This is gambling. This isn't investing. You're not gonna get rich. This is for the boxing heads, the community. Yeah. So if you don't got $7 a month, mate, enjoy the channel, enjoy our content, enjoy the community here, but don't gamble. Don't gamble away the money, bro. Anyway, 7 for 12 for me. Yeah. I'm taking the over 5.5. Sent from Pet. Johnny will be watching the fight. Sent from Pet. My man from the Netherlands knows me all too well. He's like, bro, you ain't gonna be up. So here's what it is. Junto fights at 10:45 p.m. Inoue fights at midnight. My boy Sent from Pet knows that I'm usually in bed by 9. Now it is Saturday. It's Saturday here. Saturday night here. I'm going to try my best, Sent from Pet, to stay up, brother. I'm going to try my best, but us old heads. I was in bed last night at 9. I watched the Stranger Things, the new I'm a nerd. When you're in a relationship, you and your girl, or you and whoever you date, you're married to, you have to have your own little routines. You have to have your own traditions. I started dating Christina in 2017 around the same time Stranger Things came out. It's the only show I've ever watched in my whole life routinely. So they aired their new episodes yesterday. I watched the new episodes. It was in bed by 10. What's up, nephew? Hurts in 8, finishes in 9. Susumi is gun, big power. He does have big power. 6 rounds. I think his opponent's going to be tough enough. We'll see. There's like 15 Susumis, though. This is Reizo Sutsumi. My guy Dwayne's in training camp, boy. You better chin down, hands up. What gym are you at? What gym are you training at, Dwayne? So Erickson got knocked out first punch of the big fight. Was that one punch? So Magic Kush, how do you rate that? Are you one of these guys on the channel who you just throw away first round knockouts? Or are you one of these guys who pay attention to them? Because I've heard two sides of the coin. I talked to some big bettors, and they're like, you know what? Fluky knockouts, I really don't pay too much attention to. I want to hear your approach. Fight to go the distance, $150. Adrian Hernandez, we appreciate you, man. Just checking in. Dwayne in the house. I'll come back later. I'll hit you on the hit me on the Discord. Peace. Aaronson's a late replacement. You like the over? I got the 5.5 on that one. What's up, Ham Cam? Nakatani. Yeah, I think. Look, I got Nakatani in the over. My book is giving me 8.5, so I think Nakatani only because how he operates. Nakatani, he could be aggressive when he wants to be aggressive. First fight at 122. I talked about this in my breakdown. I don't put too much attrition in the 4-pound jump. I think the power is going to be there, if not better. But when we're looking at stylistically how he operates, he doesn't really force anything. He takes what he could get, and I'm even though I'm taking Nakatani to stop Logan, I'm putting credence in how tough Logan is. I mean, Logan's never been stopped though, so I don't see him getting stopped early. And part of me wanted to take the points. I'm not going to lie. Part of me, like statistically speaking, you have a guy who's going into a new division. We think about when I know I'm not comparing. You could probably compare the knockout to win ratio. Think about Benavidez when he jumped from 68 to 74. Super middle to light heavy. Up until the Anthony Yard fight, he didn't have any stoppages, and so like you hear a lot of sharps say that whenever you have a guy moving up to a new weight class, statistically speaking, you generally should go points. So you got to keep that in mind, boys. I apologize for drinking in front of you guys. It's just coffee. You guys, I don't like drinking. And last thing I want to do is do a live stream. Dudes are eating and drinking, and I ain't that dude. But I do have a. Do you think Alvarado upsets Ibuki? I mean, I think it's possible. I think Alvarado is better than people think. I'm not high on Ibuki. People were talking about Alvarado's old. Ibuki's what, 33, 34? Alvarado's what, 35, 36? Nicaraguan fighter, tough as nails. Those odds swung. I think Alvarado's live here. I got to be honest with you. There is a method of victory, though. Yeah, if I pull the trigger on this fight, I'll let you guys know. I do think Picasso's chin will hold up well in this fight. What's up, Ham Cam? My issue with and no shit, I like David Allen Picasso, 25 years old. You guys watch the weigh-ins. I can pull up the weigh-ins if you want. We might pull them up in a little bit. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, I also do shorts, and in those shorts, if you go to my screen, you'll see the weigh-in videos. I do a little 20-second explanation of the weight class, etc. So if you haven't seen the weigh-ins for each fight, I put those up on the YouTube channel. My thing with Picasso in this fight is actually going to be his bravery. I think that the gameplay, he's not, I talked about this earlier and in my breakdown, I don't think Picasso is going to fight anyway the same way MJ fought anyway. I don't think Picasso is going in there to survive. I think Picasso, he's going to be the bigger dude, the longer dude. I think he's going to think that he could stop him. I think he's going to take credence in seeing two other Mexican fighters dropping him. Ramon Cardenas dropped him. Luis Nery dropped him. And, Nonito Donaire, not a Mexican fighter, but had him wobbled. Did Donaire have him wobbled? Am I tripping? So Picasso's going to go in there thinking like, he's going to have an opportunity to punch with him. But I just think that it's going to come down to Inoue's seasoning. It's going to come down to his speed, his power. And he's one of those guys, when you hurt him, he gets pissed. So I think that front foot, I'm hoping he can last at least 5 rounds. And also, guys, we know everything that's on the table. Turkey's there, Saudi's there, the whole world's watching. Everybody's on holiday. Everybody's going to be tuning in. Inoue's going to want to put on a show. Picasso's going to want to put on a show. I think it's going to be a firefight. Nakatani versus Hernandez, same thing. There's good fights on the undercard. This is a purist's fight card. There's some really good fights on this fight card. You're going to see a lot of smaller fighters with a lot of skills, power, speed, grit, determination, a lot of volume, a lot of output. I can't wait. Anyway, said he going to the body, so it's not his chin to be worried about. What's up, PBC? I don't mind it. I like Anyway's body work. He does have a tendency to headhunt sometimes. Ham Cam, that's a great take. It all depends on how much a fighter wants to go out on the shield, I guess. I think the over 5 it's just what I see, man. And the one thing, if you're new to my channel, you're always going to get is my educated perspective. I've watched hours of tape. I've seen all these guys. I've seen, their careers. It's another thing when you're betting on fights. It's wise to not just look at the odds. It's wise to look at game. Because it's the coach in me. I'm a coach. I'm a big game plan guy. You look at a game plan. You look at past fights. You look at holes in their game, how they struggle with front foot fighters, how they handle counter boxers, how's their lateral movement, do they pair the jab, do they set their backhand up, have they been dropped before, how's their body work, do they get caught headhunting, can they win rounds, how's their volume, how's their output, all of these things. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, man. We got a lot. I do this as a passion of mine, mate. What's up, Enthusiastic? What's up, brother? Great card to close out the year. Totally agree. And then we got a huge January, boys. We got a nice little January. I think anyway, later rounds when Picasso's legs start slowing. Here, and this is a great point. I think that it should also be mentioned, if you guys are uncles, if you're fathers, if you're older brothers, and you know what it's like to play around with like younger dude, like you're rough, roughhousing, tussling, or even sparring in the gym, mate. Like, so I'll be 44 in April. I no longer spar with younger guys. I only spar with dudes that I bring in. But I remember being in my 30s sparring against guys who are like 18, 19, 20, even guys in their early 20s. You have to get through if you're an older guy, even an older professional, you have to get through those first early rounds with the younger guy because they're going to come out with a lot of young, youthful energy. And then you have to kind of weather that storm, that youthful energy. And then once you're able to do that, the fight settles in, and then you could use your experience, and that's what I mean by seasoning. You could use all of the fight IQ stuff after that young energy kind of wears off a bit. But I expect Picasso to have some of that young energy coming in anyway. And so that is actually kind of my worry on taking the over 5.5, because we've seen Inoue don't play around like that. you know what I mean? Like dude, the first I only watched the fight once. That first round, the first 2 rounds of Cardenas versus Inoue was absolutely insane. And shout out to Cardenas for bringing the fight to him. And Picasso, if Picasso loses, if he gets stopped, he shouldn't have anything to be ashamed of, because in this modern era of boxing, I feel that we're moving away from the Floyd Mayweather era of guys protecting their because look at Cardenas. He gets stopped by Inoue, and we just watched him on Pro Box last weekend, and he looked fantastic. We know how he could punch, but he looked more patient. He learned from the mistakes against Inoue, wasn't rushing in, and was more patient, and won by a gorgeous knockout. And so my point is, just because you lose, and this should all, our sport's so brutal but so beautiful, all in the same sentence. The idea that one loss destroys your legacy is horrible. We need to get away from that. More money in the sport is always a good thing. Bigger promoters, guys with bountyless pockets help with that. So it's a good thing. It's one of the good things about Turkey and the boys at the ring. King Ty was crack-a-lacking. I'm more of an MMA fan. What I appreciate is your breakdowns, essentially none of these types of I could start. Ham Cam, I've been getting pulled in to reintroduce MMA on my channel. The channel at one time 6 years ago was predominantly MMA. I used to host an MMA betting live stream on Instagram 5 years ago with an MMA journalist out of Washington, D.C. called Easy Money with Johnny and Tyler. I've written books. My first published book, Hoist Gracie's in it. Stipe Miocic is in it. So I've covered MMA since 2011. I've watched every UFC fight, Pride, since '93. So I'm an old head. I've watched UFC 1 all the way up. So I watch all the UFC fights. Going into the new year, and I do Thursday MMA streams. So if you're new to the channel, my second live stream on Thursdays is a UFC live stream. So we don't have UFC this week, and I think the next UFC card is in 3 weeks. But stay tuned. But I've been asked to do a breakdown, so a Stats Don't Lie video on UFC fights. I might start doing that. Chicago Bears 369. Early wake up for the fight, Johnny. Let's go. I think Picasso's inexperience and style. Yeah, brother. I see you too. And shout out to your Bears. The Bears are looking good this year. Interesting storyline with the Bears is the controversy with the stadium and how they're struggling with the mayor of Chicago trying to get funding and tax information. So the Chicago Bears president recently just said yesterday that they're thinking about moving to Indiana, which is crazy considering Chicago's in Illinois. And but yeah, a little side. As you can tell, boys, I don't just watch. I watch every sport. It's just if I had three more of me, I would do channels like this for football because ask the boys in the Discord. We have every channel. We have the NFL, NBA. I watch everything. But in football, unfortunately, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Basketball, I'm a Cavs fan. Baseball, I'm a Guardians fan. College football, Ohio State. Go Buckeyes. Breaking Bad, man. I appreciate you sending me your tips. Well, you appreciate Breaking Bad sending me his film study notes. Guys, if you're not following Breaking Bad Boxing, this is my guy, Nick. A lot of the boys on the stream will know who Nick is. You're not going to find a better dude. You would be ill-pressed to find a better dude who puts as much intricate sort of tactical timing and analytical breakdowns in what he does on his channel. So Nick's always. You want to come on right now? Anybody in the Discord want to come on? You let me know. Let me just add that actually. I'm going to put the link in the Discord real quick. Guys, we are 27 minutes in. We're just getting started here. Share. Invite guests. All right, guys. So here's a little behind the curtain. If you guys aren't in our Discord, this is our Discord. See, so this is our NFL channel. If you guys aren't, it's only a couple bucks a month. This is our NBA channel. I'm gonna put this in our boxing channel. Copy. All right. Anybody want to come on the live? Let me know. Nick, it'd be good if you wanted to come on because some of the boys are talking about the Ibuki fight. I want Nick, if you can. I know you're busy. If you can, I want you to sell me on the Ibuki Alvarado fight because those odds crashed. Sorry again, Johnny. This is Sal. I got you on this. We've talked before. And yeah, crazy. I live in an area in Indiana where they're tested for it. Oh, Sal. All right. Yeah. So that's another thing, guys. I'm very accessible on my Instagram. Everybody has different names across all the platforms. So yeah. So I know who you are, brother. We've talked before, and yeah, I live in the area in Indiana where they're testing for it. It's crazy that Chicago, they won't give the owners, dude. If the Chicago Bears leave Chicago, that's a travesty for the NFL. It's kind of like when I was a kid when the Browns left for Baltimore overnight. Like the teams like what Chicago means for that era, the area, the Midwest, just the sport. I mean, they are a legendary team. When you think the Bears, you think Walter Payton, you think Mike Ditka, Mike Singletary, Richard Dent. I remember the early '90s teams. They weren't as good as obviously those '80s Super Bowl teams, but they had a running back named Neil Anderson. Neil Anderson was one of my guys. What was the Chris? Was it Chris Carrington? Played wide receiver out there. Jim McMahon was playing quarterback. Brad Muster was running the ball. So yeah, I'm kind of a sneaky. I know, even though I'm a Browns fan, I could talk shop with almost every NFL team. Sent from Pet. I'm back on my mind. I've got Junto by decision. Let's go. Junto by decision might not be a bad shout, guys. I got Junto, and we talked about it. Zen from Pet. You could sell me on the Junto by decision. I wouldn't even push back. I'll get away from the MMA stuff, but I think it's a stats online MMA for the new promoter. All right, I'm gonna do it, Ham Cam. Going into the new year, I'm gonna take one fight from that new card. I'm gonna do it. What's up, Bentley? It's gonna be Bears versus Broncos. I want the game yesterday, the Denver game. It was the games yesterday were kind of let down. They were kind of sus. Let's pull up the Junto by decision odds. And if you guys are just coming into the stream, we are a half hour in. I covered this slightly. Obviously, I like Junto. I also have Junto by stoppage over 8.5. But, you know, historically, whenever you have a guy, especially a punt, Junto doesn't throw that much volume. He likes fighting from outside. He likes countering. I think Sebastian will out volume him here, but it's a new division. So this is what I say. He's moving up a division. Plus 270 on points. Whatever bet you guys take, we're gonna be sweating. It's called betting for a reason. It's called gambling for a reason. Whether we take Junto by knockout, I mean, I was sweating, even though Bam Rodriguez was, controlling every second of every sort of exchange in his last fight. It still took him 10 rounds to get the stoppage. We were sweating that. Whether you pick Junto by stoppage, Junto over 8.5, Junto on points, whatever, you're going to be sweating. So it really comes down to a value play. Now, I could sell you on the decision here. Like I said, he's moving up a division, never fought at this weight class. Logan Hernandez will be the biggest guy he's ever fought. Logan's going to be taller than Junto. He has a longer reach. Logan's never been stopped. Logan's undefeated. Logan's a tough Mexican fighter. I'm talking like there is a very strong argument for Junto on points here. And to me, Picasso no bum like a lot of people think, but anyway, is experienced enough to figure him out. No, I think Picasso's legit. I think Picasso's a little bit green. I mean, he has a lot of fights. I mean, at 25 years old, though, you got to look at this, guys. I think 92% of every Inoue fight, his whole career, were world title fights. I think from his 5th fight or 6th fight onwards, these were world title fights. So we're talking about 12 rounders, world title experience. Picasso at 25 years old, that's going to come into play, especially the later that fight goes. Picasso's a brave guy, man. He brings that Mexican machismo with him. You got to like it. You got to cheer for it. It's going to be a fun fight. And equally said, how Inoue reacts when he gets hit, he almost gets offended. Like even the Neri fight, even the second Donaire fight, he came in with an attitude. Junto is patient. True story. I had some good points about the Junto fight in the stream today. So, is there anybody here? We're floating between 60 and 80 people. Is there anybody here who's jumping on Junto on points? Anybody like this? Because, guys, it's not a bad hedge bet. I don't see Junto losing. But if you guys are rocking 1 or 2 parlays and you got him by stoppage, why not do points or the over? That's why I took the over. I took the over 8.5 to kind of hedge my stoppage, because on one ticket I have my stoppage, on another ticket I did the over 8.5. Now obviously my ticket gets cooked if he goes out there and gets his 2nd round knockout. But I mean the Junto on points isn't a bad shout. I don't mind that at all. And also if a riskier bet. I mean, Picasso. How tough is Picasso? How great have we seen Picasso hurt? I know he has that draw. Did Picasso get dropped in a fight? Wasn't it? This is where I lean on you guys. The chat will know this off jump. Junto by late stoppage is smart because that's when he turns up. Yeah, he starts cooking. He starts going through the gears. What a great card, boys. So David Picasso. Have we seen him drop? Did he get dropped against? So that draw happened early days. Dude, the scorecards against Kameda were insane. He seemed hurt in the Kameda fight. I would be surprised if Inoue can't knock out Picasso. I would be surprised if Inoue can't knock out. Same. See, there's something about Picasso. When you watch Picasso's footage, when he punches, he could punch long. he could, you know, kind of overextend a bit. And somebody said earlier in the chat that Inoue in Fight Week said that he was going to go to the body. When you got a short, anyways, a couple inches shorter, the reach is a couple inches less. You have a guy like Picasso who punches long. Why not stay tight in there and rip that? He'll be right inside. It's gonna be a fun. The fight within the fight is gonna be able to pay attention to the range and where the fight takes place. We know it's gonna be in the wheelhouse, but also watch the front foot of each fighter to see if Inoue is gonna try to set up that liver shot with his lead foot by placing it a little bit more towards. If Picasso gives him both shoulders or goes bladed, and then Inoue would want to get that lead foot probably on the midline here to kind of slip and get under to hit that liver right under the right chest. So these are all like the games within the game. They're going to be interesting. Picasso was hurt end of round 6 against Azad. Dude, the chat, we gotta educated ass chat. So it was Azad. When the hell? Yeah, Havanesian. UD. He was wobbled, wasn't he? He didn't go down, but he was wobbled. It was a TKO win for the other dude. You guys are on top of it. Picasso will get dropped. Or Inoue. What rounds for the TKO? Christ the truth. So, anybody playing any knockdown props? I'll pull them up. We're going to stay here real quick, boys, for Inoue Picasso. I'm going to pull up knockdown props. This is always a fun one. We hit... Now, 2 out of 3 it hit, because obviously there were no knockdowns in the MJ fight. But MJ didn't fight Inoue to win. MJ fought Inoue to survive. Lost every round, went 12. Picasso's not going to fight him like that. I just don't know if Picasso has the artillery to drop Inoue. Because initially I'm thinking like Neri dropped him. Donaire had him wobbled. Cardenas dropped him. But then, you know, Inoue wins all those fights. Inoue to get dropped and win. You know, but I don't know if Picasso has that power or even the timing as well. Because Cardenas had pure power. Neri had power. But with power, timing is very important as well. And then speed. Timing, speed, power. It's kind of like the equation. You want to have world-class speed. You want to have world-class timing. That improves your speed, and then speed creates force. Force creates power. If we're talking strength and conditioning, the equation of how to get there, the story of power, right? So Inoue knocked. Let's look at some of these knockdowns. I mean, the knockdown prop. If I'm going to play statistics and history, I hit a knockdown prop last week. Anthony Joshua to knock down Jake Paul 2+. So I kind of like tailing bets on props that I hit, even though obviously they're different fight or matchups. That's kind of a superstitious play. But like Inoue total knockdowns 2+ is only $1.83. Like this right here could be a prop I play, and if I do it, I'll put it in the Discord. Because we know what we know about Picasso being Mexican. We know about him being tough as nails. You know, from us watching Inoue's entire career, it does seem that Inoue just has different power, even as he's moved up, which is insane. And he actually looks bigger. Let me pull up the weigh-ins. Inoue, to me, I don't know if you guys peep game on it, but Inoue to me looks actually more muscular. He looks more thicker in this weigh-in than he looked against MJ. I'm going to pull it up for the boys. He's always fit. He's always in shape. These Japanese fighters, you know, they're always going to be... It's 12 hours ago. I mean, there's something about his, like, if you're looking at, dimensions, guys, from the shoulder here, the delt, to the waistline. So look at the extended shoulder here to the waistline. To me, he looks thicker to me. I mean, he's always in shape, but it looks like he's added a little bit of width up top. Like neck area as well, I could see a little bit more depth. Um, 32, 33. He's still in his physical prime. Oh, guess who's here, big fella? Guess who's here? The big dog.
What's up, champ?
What's up, player? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. What time is it where you are?
It's 7:01 p.m.
Ah, shit, you're in your prime.
Yeah, it's
Good.
well, I mean, I'm going to bed here soon just because I want to be up for the fights, and
Savage.
I'm on the
Savage.
yeah, I gotta be up for those fights. I want to make sure I'm up for the Ibuki card because I think if I'm not, I gotta find a way to watch that Ibuki card first and foremost.
Yeah, we'll
VPN.
put it. I'll ask the boys in the Discord. I know some of the boys always come up with links. I don't know how to work VPNs because I'm an old head.
Yeah, Mike Ross, AZ time. Mike, you in Arizona too as well, or Mike's actually one of the few people that actually listen to me. So, I mean, it's funny I know I've said I'm from Arizona like 1,000 times, and it's funny how some people still ask you where you're from. Not you, Johnny. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Shout out
yeah.
the homie. No, not you. I know that. Shout out the boy Mike Ross. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm pretty I'm excited for these cards. And I think it's funny you say that. Is I was messaging everyone I messaged and talked to today about Inoue is I was saying he looked stacked. Like
Okay.
he
Okay.
looks and you know me. I love me some Inoue. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
my dog's literally named after him. And
Yep.
I'm telling y'all, this is the thickest I've ever seen him at 122.
Same.
This is the thick. He is starting to grow into that 126 weight. You can tell he's starting to push his body to that 126 weight.
Yep. Yep. You can see. You know what? If you guys, this is once again the strength and conditioning coach in me. When part of my job as a coach is with clients who want to add muscle. You look at body composition. Look at the abdominals here as well. The abdominals, even though he's flexing, they're not drawn in. You could tell he wasn't killing himself to make this weight. His abdominals are actually poking out. That goes
Look at
to
his
show you that.
wings.
Yeah, the wings are there. Look at the side delt. If you look from the side delt to the waistline, it's not a straight line. It's that V taper that you see a lot in fitness bodybuilding. Even the separation from his bicep to his shoulder, near the under armpit. The dude looks, and we know with these Japanese fighters, especially him, they're always coming in professional. They're always in shape. The kid lives in the gym. It's part of the admiration I have for him. Throw the fight style away, how admirable the fight style is. I'm the type of guy that like you live like a samurai, Book of Five Rings, Musashi sort of thing. This is this guy.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, one, I mean, I've talked to some people that are talking about they're taking Inoue by points. It's just a different fight, man. It's a different fight. I mean, Picasso is not going to be a southpaw sitting on the back foot that doesn't go through the gears, which is MJ. I mean, if you guys anyone heard me rant about MJ, and my biggest issue with MJ in his last fight is MJ never goes through the gears himself. Alan Picasso is not necessarily your typical Mexican where he's going to come forward. As I was saying on the stream earlier, it's a term I've been using lately when I've been breaking down boxing is he doesn't come through the front door with no mask on. And what I mean by that is he doesn't come in with no entrances. He's not going to be someone like a Felix Alvarado, the Nicaraguan, or another Mexican that would have fought on this card, and Waldo Garcia, who just walks in the front door, will eat shots until they get inside. David Allen Picasso has a little bit more nuance to this game. He likes to hold the center of the ring. He doesn't really like to move too much. He doesn't like to be pushed backwards. Even when he's on the front foot, he really doesn't like to push and sway his opponents that far to the ropes. He really likes to hold that center of the ring, likes to dig that shovel hook to the body, that lead hand to the body. Good check lead hand, good rear uppercut, good hand speed too as well. Don't think he has the greatest head movement, but his defense isn't absolutely horrible to me. He's definitely hittable. The one thing about David Allen Picasso is I think he's a good fighter, man. I just think he's taking a huge step up, even against Azat, man, against the Azat Habanosian. He was getting hit. He got hurt at the end of round 6 against Azat Habanosian. He was getting pushed back and bullied, eating way too many body shots. If you go and look at those scorecards, they were like 119 to 109, 120 to 108. Azat had a point deducted in the 5th round for a low blow, which was a low blow, but yeah, honestly, that was a way closer fight than those scorecards read. Watching Kameda live, I actually thought Kameda won the fight live. Rewatching it, I actually scored it for David Allen Picasso.
95, 95, 98, 92, 96, 94 on those scorecards when you asked earlier.
Go watch it's the Azat scorecards.
Oh, okay.
Those scorecards are bullshit, mate. I'm telling you, I had it more 115, 112. David Allen Picasso with the point deduction, maybe 116.
Let me ask you something, Nick. Do you see even watching
Sorry,
Picasso
by the
here?
way, I know you said earlier you don't like fools drinking and eating, but
No,
on my own live stream, bro,
not you.
I
Not
need it
you.
for I need some water.
Yeah, not you, man. I'm talking about myself. Like I don't like what. Anyway, that's my own shit. What do you think about when Picasso, he's walking in the front door there. He sometimes has a tendency to punch long. He punches at a range to where when you're in the pocket, the technique of it would be real tight. I see him a lot. He extends. And if he overextends in the pocket against a guy like Inoue, who's already going to be inside of his guard because he's a shorter guy, I think the body rip is going to be there.
What I wrote in like my official breakdown was that I said from the long range, he keeps his right chin plastered, but the minute he gets into the pocket and exchanges, his defense starts to lack. One thing I noticed about 100%, like his guard's kind of breakable. His guard is breakable. There are holes in his guard. And the one thing about the holes in his guard is Inoue exploits holes in everybody's guard. That's just the one thing he does. He's great at finding holes and everything, punching around, punching through.
Yeah.
One thing too to note about David Allen Picasso that I do actually like that he does on the inside is he can shorten up his jab. He can shorten up his jab when it's on the inside. One thing about David Allen Picasso is you brought up his bravery. And I think that's one of the biggest things, man. He's not a typical Mexican where he's going to come forward like a warmonger or a dead set
he's not
marauder.
a Sugar Nunez. He's not a Sugar Nunez.
Not at all. Yeah. But he's still Mexican. In the end of the day, he's still Mexican. He's going to go out on his shield. I think the body work, look at his elbows. I think you paused it exactly. Flared elbows, open body. I think the body work's going to do him in early for Inoue because while Inoue may not be the highest body volume puncher, every single body punch he lands puts a dent in the gas tank. Every single one. And I think the moment he feels that range and starts going downhill, I don't think David Allen Picasso is going to be able to take it. Just in the end of the day, I just don't think he's going to be able to take the punishment that's going to start from below. It's going to work up high.
Even the body type. There's something about his body type. There's something that just tells me durability is going to be an issue. Also,
one thing that no one's talking about, real quick, if I may, about the durability. This is his first fight since the Azaf fight at 122. He has fought his last 3 fights at 126 pounds. One thing me and my boy AC were talking about, because I did a little live tape study with my boy AC, is the fact that we were going and looking at his Instagram. David Allen Picasso looked mad sunken in pre-weight. On the scales, he didn't look horrible, but he didn't necessarily look what I would call energetic. So I think that's kind of a big thing, man, in the end of the day, is the fact that he's coming down to 122. The one thing is, Inoue stoppage is a minus 500, minus 600. There's nothing to overthink there. There's nothing to overthink there. We don't need to overthink this. It's going to happen. The question is when? Exactly. I like 5 through 8. A lot of people like 7 through 12. I think it's oddly suspicious that the odds have moved from 5.5 to 6.5. And to me, I don't like to follow steam. I like to run away from the steam. Shout out my boy Big Steve.
Same.
So I think 5 through 8 is kind of the sweet spot. Inoue's knocked out the last 2 Orthodox fighters he's fought in the 8th round. Before anyone tells me he's fought in 3 Orthodox fighters with Kim. Kim fought that whole fight in Southpaw. Go watch the tape. Don't let BoxRec lie to you.
Took it on 48 hours notice too, though.
Yeah, I'm still surprised he fought that whole fight in Southpaw. It's still the craziest. It's still insane tactical adjustment to me. But anyways, with all that being said, man, it's win. 5 through 8 feels like the sweet spot for me. Quite frankly, if you have parlays you can make here in the U.S., all I have is the Ibuki fight, and all I have is the Inoue fight. So I really can't.
You're not getting Nakatani, Satsumi.
Unless I want to. I'm not getting Susumi. I'm not getting Nakatani. I'm not getting Ederson Garcia. I'm not getting shit. Okay. I'm not getting jack shit. I'm going to be waking up watching these as a boxing fan. I will have my pre-bets on Ibuki, and I'll have a pre-bet on Inoue. My pre-bet on Ibuki won't even be that heavy. And my bet on Inoue will be, it'll be whatever. It's 5 through 8 is what I like through Inoue eventually. So I just think he ultimately gets it done. And both times that he got dropped, by the way, against Luis Neri and against Roman Cardenas, he was floating past their shoulder. He was literally floated past their shoulder, and he got caught flat and naked, completely past their shoulder, defenseless, and popped both times. It's kind of funny as it was different hands that landed, but you can see they're almost, if you were to take a picture of them, it's almost like a side-by-side snapshot of him past the shoulder, naked hands.
Yeah,
it's fascinating thing.
The fascinating thing.
I don't think Allen can punch. I don't think Allen has the short punches to punch when someone's past the shoulder. Like
100%. That's what I meant. That's what I meant about him overextending in the pocket. He's not tight enough to land that. And another fascinating thing about the Cardenas knockdown is that when you watch the post-fight of Cardenas talking about it, he said he studied that. He saw that in the Neri fight, and he trained for that. And Ramon Cardenas' hand speed and power is levels above Picasso. Ramon Cardenas, man, at least if you ask me, I think that, I don't think Picasso has that artillery. They're different style of fighters. I don't think he has that speed and timing to land that shot that Cardenas landed against Inoue. But
honestly, I think it's safe to say with Roman Cardenas, how he looked in his last fight.
He learned. I think more patient.
I think in Inoue's last 7-8 wins, Roman Cardenas could be his second best win. Quite frankly, could be his second best win outside of Cool Boy. So I would rate Alan Picasso right in that top 3 after this knockout does happen, quite frankly, because I do rate Alan Picasso. I rate both Logan Reyes and I rate Alan Picasso. I rate them both. I think they're both a tough night out for any 122-pounder on planet Earth. I just think they both happen to be running into fucking buzzsaws. Yeah.
So here before we turn the page, because I want to talk about Junto, this is probably the play I'm going to do. I like the over 5.5. The book I use, that's the only round margin I'm getting. I think that at $1.68, obviously I'm going to be sweating that, but over 5.5 is where I like it. I know a lot of people are playing the under. It's a gamble for a reason, I guess.
What's up when you go to your alternate rounding? Go to round 2 and 1 for me.
Okay.
I forget what they are in Australia. It won't be round. Go to round 2 for me, please, or alternate round groups round.
Alternate. This is yeah. Here we go. Anyway, 5 through 8. You said.
Yeah. So you get it at plus 145. It's plus. It's about the same on my books over here. That's what I like, which kind of plays in favor for you. If he gets if he gets over 6.5 and knocks him out in 7, I'm happy. I kind of see it. I kind of see it starting to go downhill around 4 or 5, and then I see Inoue stepping on the gears. The one thing Inoue has better than absolutely anyone else on planet Earth. The one thing that Inoue has better than anyone else on planet Earth is gears and killer instinct. There is not a fighter on planet Earth, in my personal opinion, that when they have a wounded duck in front of them, that they don't become a hound and go get that wounded duck. They do every single time. It's like that scene in Joe Dirt, where he shoots the duck and he sends Joe Dirt out there. And here he comes out of the water with the duck in his mouth, baby. Inoue's like that, man. Inoue has those killer gears and those instincts. And the minute that he sees a little bit of chinks in the armor of Alan Picasso, it's over, man. So that's why people betting under Inoue knockdowns to me is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
An element of Inoue's game that I really like as well that you probably wouldn't, as a coach, you wouldn't put in as a marketable strength, but throughout the legacy of a career, it's an admirable strength. But when you see him get clipped and knocked down, the Neri knockdown, he was freaking stunned against Cardenas, but both times his recovery, and I think it's a testament to his conditioning and how he lives outside of the ring, he's able to pop right back up and show no signs. I'm talking in the next exchange of even being hurt. It's like his recovery after getting dropped is just, all right, let's fight. He's right back to it. You don't see that a lot either. And that's also what makes him dangerous. Let's move to Junto. Guys,
real
we're
quick,
flirting between
last thing to answer. Big Shadow said KO or TKO. If you're taking an exact, I would take a TKO. I see it being a body shot that's going to happen. And I see the body shot's going to force kind of Alan Picasso to crumble against the ropes, and the stoppage is going to come very similar to how it was against Roman Cardenas, and the ref's going to have to stop in, ultimately making it a TKO. I don't think he's going to.
Round?
Eighth round, yeah.
Yeah.
8th round. And hey, my boy CJ, like one of my OG boys. Shout out CJ, man. He's actually he actually watched like one of my first ever videos. So shout out CJ.
All right, boys, we're floating between 90 and 110 in the live stream. Could you please like this video? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it. Follow Nick at Breaking Bad Boxing as well. The link to the Discord is pinned. It's a couple bucks a month. It's a growing community. Nick, I want to talk about, before you got on, I don't know if you caught this bit. I was talking about Junto and Reyes, Logan, and I was talking about how there is there you could sell me on Junto on points. You could sell me if we're talking about statistically speaking, a guy moving up. I know it's only 4 pounds, but think about how many people took Benavidez to stop David Morrell, or Benavidez to stop who's the Votsick when he went from when he went to 68 to 74, and his first stoppage came just recently against Anthony Yard. Plus 270 isn't a bad shout, Junto, on points. And
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if 118 to 122 is the same jump from 168 to 175 though.
It's not, but like when you look at if we had a matrix pulled out and you look at historically fighters when they do move up, I'd like to see a graph in their first fight in a new division. What is the percentage of them actually getting a stoppage? That's all I'm saying. Now,
that's a very interesting question, genuinely. Yeah, because as of recently, we have seen fighters that move up. The power doesn't necessarily translate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Translate.
And you could use that. You could use that as a tool to like talk yourself into taking the plus 270. How do you see this one going?
I think you kind of set it off in the first way is moving up in weight class. We don't know how the power is going to translate. I'm in the boat that I think the power is going to translate very well moving up. Just because Nakatani's so patient. He's a sniper. He's not necessarily a high volume killer or a one punch knockout kind of killer. He's more of a sniper. He catches you when you're open. He catches you when you're flat. He catches you when you're in exchanges.
Yep.
A big thing about Nakatani too as well against his opponent and Logan. Logan does a lot of really good hand fighting and he takes steam off a lot of shots. And he does that early. But later in fights, he takes a lot more clean shots. He leaves himself more susceptible. His overall
he breaks down. He kind of, it's hard, like the technique starts to kind of wither a bit.
It goes out it's when so there's a difference between good cardio and good shape, right?
Yeah.
Good cardio is like over 10, 12 rounds. I can fight. I can breathe through 10 rounds, 12 rounds, X amount, whatever, right?
Output stays up. Yep.
But how does your shape stay? Do you hold your guard high still? Are you able to throw the same type of punches? Are you pushing punches now? Or are you actually snapping punches out now? And the one thing we saw in round 10 and round 9, it's funny bringing up the triangle math with all these same fighters. Azat Havanosian. We saw him really break down and lose his shape in rounds 9 and round 10, really start to slow down, got pushed back. If you're doing that in 10 rounds against Azat, who's a bigger puncher, but definitely an older puncher, but nowhere near as precise. And I still don't think even hits as hard as someone like Junto Nakatani. Junto's going to invest in that body. That whipping lead right hand to the body is absolutely money. He stabs it up high, stabs it up low. He makes you react to feints too as well. He turns you, he cuts you angles. He just gives you so much to think about. I just think Logan's going to serve himself food on a platter at some point, man. He's going to walk into something. He holds his head over the center line. And what is Nakatani great at throwing? Uppercuts. Like, dude, his overhand left is absolutely money. I noted that in my breakdown, which is funny as I'm thinking about it now. I wrote overhand right. And I hope everyone knew I meant overhand left. I hope everyone's smart enough to catch that up.
This is obviously the iconic Maloney knockout. But what he does really well, also watch him drift away. Watch when he throws, when he does pull the trigger.
Turning angles.
Oh my God, dude. It's like poetry. Like we should be listening right here. Watch the drift. He lands. It kind of froze. We should be listening to Beethoven. Boom. Right there.
Bro.
He doesn't watch his work. He's a patient accuracy, man. When I'm doing film on Junto, accurate puncher. He never throws power just to throw it. Like a lot of his punches will all have intentions behind it, meaning that there's some guys who are punchers who are going to just kill you with volume and throw shots with you. Look at that. If he doesn't like it, he's not going to throw it. And this is just, you can watch this all day. Poor Maloney.
Dude, yeah, like my phone has become like this crazy library of nothing but like tape clips. It's like absolutely insane at this point. I just try to find a clip I loved of Nakatani versus Nishida where he just puts out this crazy sequence of bodywork turning off and throwing a hellacious amount of uppercuts. So I'm going to be honest. I'm hard pressed to sell anyone that this fight goes to the decision. Just being honest, just because it comes down late. I see a 7-12 stoppage. I think 7-12 is when it comes down to. I think really a big thing too is I would like to base a little bit. I'm going to play a fun bet on Inoue. Whatever round that Nakatani, dude, the way I know there was a slight head clash in that fight that gave him the hematoma, but dude, what
Look,
he
dude.
what I felt Nishida, the Nishida fight was what I consider Nakatani's, even though, yes, we all know how good he is, what he's done to guys like Guriel and what he did to Maloney. I felt that Nishida was a true coming out fight. He put on 6 rounds of hellacious pace against a really class boxer. If you guys don't know how good Nishida is,
Nishida's
you're not
a dog.
in the know. He's so
World class.
fucking good.
Yeah,
He went inside throughout, and Junto Nakatani's not a high volume guy, and he went and threw out a hellacious pace, high volume guy. When I watch Junto Nakatani, I'm gonna be honest, he's like a jack of all trades kind of guy to me. Like he does everything really good, does some things great, does almost nothing bad, and that's what makes him.
He's mean too. He can be mean. He can be mean in there too.
And he smiles in between every round.
Yeah, dude.
That Nishida fight to me was like the fight that's like, okay, this guy's as good as advertised, because he could have fought like that for 12, 15, 18 fucking rounds. He absolutely could have fought like that for 12, 15, 18 rounds. I know you only got so much time because I still want to talk about the Ibuki Alvarado fight really quickly. So So I'm gonna be honest.
Before we get to Ibuki, I do want to mention, and I want to ask you if there's
I'm not on a time constraint. I want to make
neither
sure.
am I. I'm not. No, we're good, brother.
I want to make sure I'm being cautious of your time. Is all it is.
No.
I know I get ranting.
No, we're definitely going to go to Ibuki because it's why I wanted you to come on. But does it bother you, or what should the average bettor who's watching this think about that? This will be Junto's first opponent, where Junto won't be the taller guy. Logan's a little bit taller, a little bit longer, a newer division. And, do you think any of that will matter in terms of range, in terms of finding that backhand? Do you think he'll struggle with the size?
I mean, bro, fucking Reyes was getting pushed around again, to bring up Azat. He got pushed around in moments by Yenfro. He's not an overly physical guy.
Yeah, he's not stern.
He could be turned too as well. That's the one thing. He can be turned, and he has been turned multiple times. If you go watch his fight against Renfro Peraz, which is only a 4-round fighter, you mind if I'm gonna pull up my notes real quick?
Okay, do it.
Just so I can see like if anything like stood out from my notes, just because you know how it goes when we run through. Like,
you know what you could do,
like,
Nick?
Bro, like look at all these notes from just this week alone.
Nick, here's what you could do. You could share those notes in the Discord. Maybe you message me, and I'll pull them up on the screen.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to give all my personal juice like that.
Don't do it. Don't do it, bro.
You feel me? You feel me? Like at that point, I feel like I'm cheating my Patreon members. To be completely honest with you.
Well, you put the screen up on the screen.
Like I wanted. So we were talking about Reyes, because it's honestly like this many notes too. It's like a grip of notes. There was something I wanted that we were talking about that brings it up too. He has a decent punch variety. Questionable. I question his 12-round cardio. I forgot. I'm trying to think from the notes what it was. He's good at tracking, but he also has issues cutting off the ring, can be turned. Yeah, man. Honestly, like, I just can't sell anybody on a decision. I just can't.
Read Kingdom's quote. Read what Kingdom just said. I just pinned it.
In the U.S., we only got Junto got rocked multiple times by Ibuki. Then Ibuki got rocked on the cards. That fight was like when Junto was fighting like 4-round or 8-round fights, though, wasn't it? I honestly, I try not to deep dive into tape that's that long ago. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but we'll talk about Ibuki's resume too as well. Shout out to Kingdom Life, man. I actually like that this man actually does like little voiceovers on the little tape that he drops. I think it's always fun to actually hear the voiceovers he does. So shout out to you, Brody, for doing that. Me personally,
you want me to pull up the Ibuki Alvarado odds now?
I was still talking about that fight was from 2016. I'm gonna be honest, brother. I don't watch fights from that long ago, and that could be a hole in my game. But that to me is like 10 years ago. So,
and it was a 4-rounder.
And Junto is now 27 years old.
Yeah.
So he was 9 years ago. He was fucking 18 years old. Oh man, I can only imagine how much he's grown since then. Got a good chin because Ibuki can crack. Let's talk about Ibuki, I guess, since we're on it, because the overall, I ranted a lot on that Junto fight. Overall, I think Junto gets the job done. Most likely 9-12, 7-12, somewhere around there. So Yabuki Alvarado. Do you want me to? You want to go first? You want me to go first?
No, you could go. Yeah, I gave my take earlier in the stream before you were on. I want to hear your take because I know where you're leaning. I don't think the whole chat knows where you're leaning.
So Yabuki Alvarado, man. So I have a few questions on this fight. My question is Alvarado is the most hittable fighter, and this is not an exaggeration, the most hittable fighter I have ever seen on tape in my life. When you talk about walking in the front door with no mask on, the definition of that picture will be Felix Jamelo Alvarado. He has been promoted by himself in his last 3 fights. He only flew to Japan last Saturday, so seven days ago. He looked really good on the scales. He did look really good on the scales, looked shredded and solid himself. And the line movement doesn't really worry me anyway. It doesn't really send me any which way. I'm going to be honest. I thought he lost versus Pitbull Reyes, and then I thought he beat Angel Ayala. So his record's a little bit swayed in 2 wins and a loss. I thought Pitbull Reyes is Tobias Reyes, and Angel Ayala, I actually thought he beat Angel Ayala, so that should be a win in my personal opinion. So those are all just the quick intangibles of this. I'm questioning if Yabuki can crack this egg because this is the greatest chin I've ever taped. It's the greatest chin I have ever taped. I have never seen someone eat so many clean, flush shots and not be dropped, not touch the canvas. He eats shots like Johnny.
Derevyanchenko. I mean, there's some guys in the bigger divisions who could.
Johnny, I'm telling you, he gets hit way more than our OG, the greatest gatekeeper there is in Sergey. I'm telling you, I have never seen any dude. In fact, I know for a fact I got tape clips on my phone of this guy. 1 second. It is insane, Johnny.
No, I'm gonna play.
Wait. I don't want to get you copyrighted. Never mind.
It's all good. I'm gonna. You want to see You want to see his opponent. You want to see Felix Alvarado. Okay.
So when it comes to Alvarado, he likes to get inside. He squares up when he's on the inside. He loves to rip the body. He has the pace, and he has the definition of good cardio and shape because his shape is the same from round 1 to round 12. It doesn't change. He could fight for 18 rounds, This guy is a true get inside, grind it out, grit it out, tap away at the body, will chew away, death by 1,000 cuts kind of fighter. The thing is, this fight's going to be in a 22-by-22 in Japan. Yabuki, 17 wins, come by knockout of his 18 wins. But he is not a pure puncher. He's not a slugger, guys. This guy can fucking box. He can stop on a dime. He can move on the back foot. He can pull you into traps. When he's trading with you, he collapses on you. He closes the gap, and he moves away from the gap. Pushes and pulls, plays that game. Man, I mean, this fight's, for me, hard to cap just because I think Yabuki's going to finally crack that egg 7-12. Mm-hmm. And I like the number at plus 245. But then it's like, we've never seen this egg cracked before. We have never
he's never been stopped.
He's never been dropped from what I've seen. And I watched a lot of tape on this guy. I watched a lot of highlights, a lot of tapes on this guy. I mean,
I can't find his Instagram to save my life. Have you been?
Look up Jamelo. It'll be under Jamelo.
Alvarado?
Yeah, it'll be. It's I know Jamelo is spelled.
I think I got it.
That's not him. That's 1 second. I got you. This guy is just like, man, we're in for such a fun fight, man.
It is a fun fight. I was telling the boys in the Discord, I shared it earlier. The $2 drop in a $2 shift in odds is crazy. I know you said it doesn't matter to you, but just from the sake of the drop is crazy.
I honestly think his box rec, he has like he has an Instagram that has like nothing on it.
Okay, that's fine.
And I see that Jamie follows that Instagram, so I'm assuming it's the right one.
Yeah.
One sec.
Punch Perfect.
Yeah, the OG. Missed that guy.
Yeah,
we're all both looking for his. I forgot. Wait, someone. How did I find out that he just left his team? Must have been via Twitter. Anyways.
Yeah, the ring is only really promoting Junto and Naoya. They're not promoting the entire card. It's weird.
So ultimately, I think it's an interesting one to where I think you honestly, because I really don't like playing both sides of the coin. I think it's kind of a sellout. But the odds are so good because this is how you really can play it.
You mean betting? You mean betting both sides?
Yeah, but this is a way that you can make money regardless. I'll just tell you how is you can play Yabuki 7 to 12. Like, quite frankly, in my opinion, it's going to go one of two ways. Like, Yabuki can get this done by a decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those fights where he slows down and the pace of Jamelo starts to take over late. I don't think Jamelo's going to knock out Yabuki. Yabuki's chinny, but Yabuki's chinny to big hitters. And Jamelo's like a death by 1,000 cuts kind of guy. So you could play Jamelo decision at plus 550. Or you could play Yabuki 7 through 12. And either way, if you put a unit on each, you still come out up as long as one of those two outcomes happen. Or you lose 2 units. It's kind of the way. A lot of people like Yabuki decision. I think Yabuki's finally going to crack the egg. So, and everyone keeps saying that Dodge on a Millionaire in 2025 says they were moved in the past 24 hours. I'll tell you what, in Arizona, they haven't had Junto Nakatani lines up not once. Not on a single domestic. Not once.
Really?
Not in Arizona. Not once. I have every domestic in Arizona. You can. FanDuel, 365, DraftKings, Fanatics, The Score. You name it, I have it. You name it, I fucking have it. And they haven't had, not once, have they had the Junto Nakatani on any domestic here in Arizona. Not once. And I know people in other states.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. The books have been cracking down on certain fights. Like, I've noticed it ever since Navarrete or Oscar Valdez versus Roxy Ramirez. They've been cracking down on it. It's so strange. I have no idea what's been going on with it. And you've been seeing it in weird succession. What happens in, like, you see it in weird succession too as well. You saw it with Ford Nova. You saw them just randomly take that fight off. So I don't know. Maybe the books think that Reyes is tougher than he thinks he is. I don't know.
That's insane.
They had Yabuki to win in under 1.5 KO on DraftKings and took it off Petty. KO KD, I'm assuming that'd have been a bad. That honestly, it probably wouldn't have been that good of a bet for the odds, to be honest with you, because I can see Yabuki finally cracking this egg. I just can finally see it, man. I can just finally see it. I don't know. I don't want to say a bad bet. By the way, Kingdom, when I say bad bet, I don't mean an unwinning bet. I mean, like, I'm big on value. I'm big on, like, perceived value. I just want to make that very clear. Like, in my head, if I'm like, this should be a plus 200 and it's a minus 120, I wouldn't touch it just because, to me, perceived value's off. So that's what I mean when I say bad bet sometimes. I feel like people get that mistaken that I'm, like, shitting on their bet. I'm not doing that, just so you know.
So Jitterbug says Inoue wins round 4. Stand on Business says that's cap. What are you thinking?
I mean, I already said what I said. 5 through 8. Yeah. I think Picasso. I think Picasso's sturdy enough, hold his ground, no doubt, for 5. I mean, look, this dude has anime as his profile picture. Of course, he's gonna think that Inoue gets it done in under 4.
Fair enough. We got a big.
That's not even. I'm just saying, bro. I love you. Like, I'm just saying. That sounded fucking rude. I love you, Jitterbug.
Jitterbug out here, boy.
I love you, Jitterbug.
What's Kingdom saying? I'm thinking he really does go down, maybe, but Yabuki's a good finisher.
You're telling me.
So you've taped it, you've done all this, but you're not gonna be able to put action on it,
dude. Well,
that's frustrating.
I mean, well, the thing is with, like, the Patreon, I gotta make sure the Patreon boys are written up and stuff. I have people from, like, Poland and people from the UK, so that way they can actually get the write-ups too as well, so they can at least so they can actually say that. You know, I want to make sure that they get their worth, of course. It is frustrating, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's frustrating as hell because I wanted to finally make, like, one of those fuck it parlays. I haven't done the fuck it parlay in a while, and I wanted to do Junto 7-12. I wanted to do Inoue 5 through 8.
Hold on, come. Let's do it together. You can still do it. Hold on. I want to see what.
He said, "Yo, hold up, motherfucker."
I want to see what the odds. I want to see what the odds will go. I'll give you full credit. So what is the Breaking Bad's fucking parlay?
Let me just send you some money. Fuck the credit. Let me send you some money.
So what? I think we're seeing eye to eye on it though. The Inoue 5 to 8. You said.
Yeah, I like Inoue 5-8. If you like being safer, you can play the over. But I like Inoue 5-8. I think it was ground grouping 3 is what it was. And Jitterbug, I'm just fucking with you, bro. I hope you know that, bro. I'm just.
Yeah, do people get salty with your tone sometimes?
I don't think so. I think sometimes, but I feel like people like come to learn after a while.
Yeah.
Like it's all good. The best thing about me is I can dish out shit, but I can take it. Like, you can talk shit to me, and I really don't get as offended, I'm sure, as people don't think. I smile through most of the bullshit. I have pretty decently thick skin. Physically, I have thin ass skin. I cut and bust easy, but metaphorically got some thick ass skin. But yeah, I like Inoue 5.
Got it. How about Junto?
7-12 Junto. There's not like a specific round I love on that one. If I had to guess, it would be 9-12, but I would say 7-12 on that one. I think it's going to be 9-12 is good.
That's already plus 975, mate.
That's some good ass odds, man.
Are you throwing something else in that, or is it just that?
I mean, I can't actually bet on this, but this is like a super fun fuck it parlay. If anyone wants to bet on it,
I'm gonna bet on this. So
all right,
what's
bet. And then the final one is.
Yep.
I think Yabuki 7-12. I think Yabuki's gonna crack him. I think Yabuki finally cracks the egg. I think 7-12 Yabuki gets it done. Puts his lights out. Yabuki plus money on knockout alone. You don't even have to risk the rounds. You can straight up take him by knockout alone at plus money.
You think he'll be the first one to knock him out?
I think he cracks this egg. I think it's funny because it's a battle of odds, right? You have one guy that has 18 wins, 17 of them by knockout. You have one guy that has 4 losses and never
been stopped. Yeah.
And with his draws. So I think you could just add Yabuki knockout at plus money without getting too greedy on the rounds. Because
dude, plus 2,300.
I think you can put a little tenor on it and and have like a little fun fuck it parlay to wake up to. Why not?
Right? I like it. Anything else, Big Dog?
Let's see.
Any MMA coming up?
Man, nah, we are so cooked when it comes to MMA lately.
Okay.
I don't even know if there's any LFA or anything even coming up because I even like betting on the local promotions at times.
I never bet on it. We can't bet on them, but I watch it.
What I think we need to do though is I think we need to start getting a weekly show in, and start just chopping it up about MMA weekly. It'll help me get on the ball more about my MMA tape too.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This may sound rude. MMA tape, and I'm a grappler. Everyone that knows my show knows I'm a grappler. So I love MMA, but
it's not as in depth. It's like
it's just so much more cut and dry. It's not as easy to get, like, in my opinion, it's not as easy to get like the method of victories. Yeah, because there are so many more variables.
But stylistically, when you're doing, it's easy. It's easy to like.
It's easy to be like, okay, this guy knows how to throw a punch.
Yeah,
this guy doesn't know how to. This guy doesn't know how to block a punch. Like, so many
here's
things that are just that much easier in my opinion.
So we got a couple weeks for the next UFC card. We'll launch we'll do that Thursday Breaking Bad Johnny Says live stream for UFC. We'll stream it on both of our channels. That'll also give me an opportunity to launch finally. I'll do a Stats Don't Lie UFC video because people have been asking me to do that. And we'll definitely do that. We'll book it in, man. Book it in your calendars. That's going to be a thing now. We'll launch it. I'll look at the calendar. I think third week of January is our next fight. The next UFC card. I'll pull it up real quick. It's UFC. Yeah, January 25th. Ricky Tercia, dude, my boy Cameron Smotherman LFA trains with Adrian Yanez. Good to see Cameron Smotherman in the UFC. The baby face assassin or whatever they call him. He just takes shots too and doesn't move his head. Fucking just takes your best shot. Volume.
I was gonna say Smotherman's had some tough performances. Ricky Simone was a tough fight. I forget who he got knocked out by.
He got knocked out in the He was stopped in the LFA.
Was it LFA? He was stopped in. Who was it by?
He's always in wars, dude.
Someone I know though someone that I'm familiar with as a fighter, not like no. Damn, bro, 12-6. That's his record.
Yeah, he's dude. It's his fight style, mate. He's always in a fucking barn burners though. He's fun to watch.
It was that Gregoro fight. That's insane, dude. Kiza, my dog. I love Kiza, bro. That's my homie.
Kiza B. He's the UK boy.
Yeah, bro. That dude just cracks me up, bro. He is so funny, man. So,
dude, how about fucking Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez? That's fucking cool. That's a fun
Alexander Hernandez is like the one fighter that's so frustrating to watch because he shows such good potential.
Dude, the Benny Dariush fucking debut, dude, when he was like a plus 800 and he stops Benny like out of nowhere. And then he just shits the bed against Cerrone. He got big brothered. Have
you ever seen that video real quick? Have you ever seen that video of those old videos that were like when talking shit gets you humbled in MMA or like boxing fights?
I know if you're talking about the Cerrone Alexander the Great one.
Dude, it's one of my favorite videos of all time.
Yeah.
Bro, ate a head kick to the dome skis.
Dude, that kid got humbled real quick. And, he's on a little bit of a winning streak now, taking short notice fights, staying active. And fighting will do that to you, though. Whenever I see kids talking shit in the streets, I always say, look, mate, join a fight gym, learn what it's like to get your ass beat, get humbled, and you wouldn't be talking shit to a stranger that you just met, not knowing that you're about to get fucking hurt. You know what I mean? We're seeing that in real time with fighters. Hernandez. You know why? Because Hernandez was on the back end of that Conor McGregor momentum when he made his debut. Conor McGregor, we know, what he meant to the UFC, and he changed. A lot of guys were trying to position themselves and market themselves kind of like they thought if Conor could do it, I could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, just Conor was just like up there with the Chael Sonnens of like one of a kind when it came to the trash talk, when it came to the shit talk.
But then he was predicting shit. The Josie Aldo, what he did to Marcus Brimage as well. Brimage was the A side in that. Dude, that's a fight nobody talks about. The Marcus Brimage fight. Brimage had all the momentum. He was the A side. Comes into the weigh-in with his little fucking red fucking Star Trek glasses on. And that finishing sequence, dude. Conor, the Diego Brandao stoppage. People forget.
The Brandao stoppage was bad as shit.
Conor McGregor was fucking. Dude, I remember he fought in Boston when Boston
145 McGregor was as bad as it gets.
145
McGregor was as bad as it gets.
He knocks Dustin out. Dustin's little pea head.
Little pea head. Little foam pea head. Dude. And that what he did to Money Mendez.
Oh, dude, he was down. Dude, Mendez took that fight on short notice too. And Mendez was good first round.
Mendez was on every bit of juice that you could possibly have in your body. There was no such thing as short notice for that guy. There was no such thing as short notice for that guy. If you would have taken a blue light to my boy, he would have been glowing green. Stand on business had a stood on business.
So let's what are we addressing here? Because there's a dude, I don't know if stand up business, I appreciate you for holding up the name, but the beef, I don't have beef with anybody, but there is a dude who's been trolling me. I looked at his name is he trolls me on YouTube, he trolls me on my Instagram, and I think he's always talking about homosexual activity. His name is James Erath. Is this the dude? His name is James Erath? Because I had to block him. And weird guy. He's one of Gary's dudes, but if they're talking shit.
He trolls you on Instagram like his personal face?
Dude, yes. And you I know. And his whole name. I know his whole name. But it's like, bro, what did Khabib say to Conor? Send location.
Send location.
I love that. I love the back and forth. Fucking, that was at the Madison Square Garden card when Conor threw the trolley against the bus. I don't think Rose Namajunas was ever the same fighter after that. she was traumatized. Do you remember this?
What with Michael Chiesa, when the whole
Yeah.
fight with everyone got to get shifted around with Michael Chiesa. Who was Michael Chiesa supposed to fight that fight? Was it Michael Chiesa? Because he got cut by the wagon. Rose.
Rose was traumatized. She was psychologically traumatized through it. Connor was out of here. Khabib does the tweet, send location. You want to fight? Come fight.
Rose has always been one of those like on and off kind of fighters. Sometimes when she's on, she's as good as it gets. When she's off, it's a rough one.
She beat my roommate in the house when they did the season 20 together. My roommate fought on that card, Alexandra Chambers, Astro Girl. My old roommate. She doesn't live with me now. But she was the first Aussie female to ever fight in the UFC.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, and fought long hair Rose. I coached her. So she was I was with her when Dana White called her. It was 2015. Dana White called her phone. She had been fighting her whole life. She was 33 when she got the call to be on the reality show. She fought Eiley Daly. Daly weighed in like 10 pounds over. She fought Rose. And then her first UFC fight, I cornered her in Adelaide. She's down on the cards, round 3 against Kaylin Curran from Hawaii. She was a surfer. Kaylin's beating her up in every second of the fight. A minute left in the third, and Alex pulls an armbar, and won. And then that propelled her to a co-main event in Vegas against Paige Van Zandt. And Paige.
Was this was this just a local MMA fight or like a UFC card?
These are UFC fights.
Dude, you cornered an actual UFC fight?
Yeah.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, in Adelaide. Yeah, this was 2016, 2017. I was her strength coach. I also dated her sister.
Dude, that...
So, yeah, it's a crazy story though, but anyway, Kylan Curran, dude. Do you remember her?
No, I don't.
She dates a pro surfer. She was only in the UFC for this was in like the infancy of the 115-pound division. This is like
I just still think that's so sick. I've cornered a few jiu-jitsu matches, dog, but that's about as sick as I can say I've done. Like that's so badass, bro.
It fell into my lap. It was kind of one of these things. I was dating her sister. I was a strength and conditioning coach. I was doing her strength training. She gets the fight in Adelaide, and she needed another person to corner. So I didn't talk or anything, but I was like, I was with her, walked her.
That's still like how many? Excuse me, my apologies. How many people can say they did that? Like that's one of those things that's like how many people can actually say like, unless they're an actual UFC fighter themselves, that I've gotten to actually be in someone's corner in an actual UFC fight.
Yeah, like, UFC Adelaide.
Not just an MMA fight, but like an actual UFC promoted fight. That's freaking badass, Johnny. Don't undersell how badass that is, man.
But thank you. It's just how'd we get there? We were just talking about UFC. I mean, dude, we're 90 minutes in, big dog. I'm loving this shit.
Yeah, once you just start chopping it up, all roads leads to just combat sports. That's the coolest thing is I had a fantasy football draft earlier this year, and one of my closest homies stayed back, and I haven't sat and chopped it up with him, and we literally stayed up till 3 a.m. outside of my courtyard just talking MMA and boxing. It was hilarious. Awesome. And then 3 a.m. came around. We're like, holy shit. We've just been out here sipping brewskis. Not really brewskis. He was sipping brewskis. I was literally just chilling. But till 3 a.m. just chopping it up, talking a little MMA. It was badass, man. One of those memories you love just with the homies,
Yeah, man. So it's going on 8 o'clock for you, right?
Yes, sir. 8 o'clock.
And the fights start. Dude, Yabuki fights in 3 hours.
3 hours? Is that what it has listed for you?
That's what my sports bet. It's probably wrong.
I really hope they haven't closed off odds. I really hope they haven't closed off odds on Ibuki yet, because I really haven't trapped anything in, and I'm loving seeing all the line movement coming in on Alvarado, because that helps me for my Ibuki play.
All right, I'm gonna put that 3-leg together. I'm gonna post in the Discord. I'm gonna say this is breaking me, and we put it together. It's plus 2,200, bro.
I don't want people, just post.
I'll take credit. I'll take credit. But if it hits, I got to give you credit. But if it loses, I'll take credit.
Nah. You can post it and say this is my fucking parlay. I just don't want to hear. I've been having like.
Talk.
I've been getting fucking. I've been having some rough stretches.
Talk.
I've been having some rough stretches. I am not. I've been having moments of questioning if I am who I think I am. I am not.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Like,
don't do that.
I know it's just rough downswings, but man, I can't catch a fucking.
Bro, listen to this.
Break.
Okay, so on the back end of that, on the opposite end of that token, last week there were 10 cards. And I haven't spoken publicly about this, and I'm not going to put anyone in blast. It involves our Discord. Last week there were 10 cards, right? It was too much for me. And up from the Wednesday before the Tim Tszyu fight up until
exhausting.
Bro, I was so tired. But there were 23 fights. The receipts, 23 bets. I hit 22 out of 23 bets, dude. In this, I'm not bringing this up for the things I hit. I'm bringing it up to your point about you being on a downswing and how people could fucking turn on you. So 22 out of 23. 3 of the 22 were like plus 400 dogs. The last fight, the only fight I lost was the Callum Simpson fight, right?
I already knew it was Callum Simpson.
Callum Simpson loses, right? I got in our Discord like 10 messages from what the fuck, Johnny? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Blah, 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 dude. This one dude in our Discord sends me this long message. Hey, bro, just to let you know, you should follow this guy. He'd be good to learn from. I'm like, I lost one fucking, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? But this is how people are.
Yeah, it is the way it is. And I don't hold no ill will to it.
No.
But betting, when it comes to betting, if you're betting, it's a long game.
Yeah,
like, it's a long game. I don't think people understand. Like, it's called a bankroll for a reason. The goal in the end of the day is if you can profit 8 out of 12 months in a year, you're a good gambler. That's just the way it is, man. Like, it's not about hitting 100 of 100 because that's never going to happen no matter who you are. It's about consistently finding value in your picks and making bets that you consider are good, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, that's the one thing is. And that's like one thing that I like hope I'm clear when it comes to my Patreon is maybe I didn't do well with because I haven't really marketed my Patreon. It's not really something I want to market. It's just if you want to join, people can come on and join. I don't want it to be about the betting aspect. I want it to be about the tape and the breakdown aspect. The fact that I'm giving you as much in-depth detail and breakdown that I can give you, because people don't understand how much work comes into it. It's like, I'm not doing this for a living full time. Like, I literally have a whole life when it comes to job, work, school, and family. I know it's just the dog. But my dog's a needy ass dog, y'all. For real.
No, bro. And this is why having chats like you with you here is good, because we're also educating our. So you said you do it for the film study and the tape, and it shows, because my favorite breakdowns to watch or from Breaking Bad's, because I see the hours you put in. So like, I do want to mention this to the boys though. I think I've told you this before off air. I won't watch any of your content though until after the fights, or until after I upload my stats. Don't lie, like, because I don't want to be persuaded. And that's something I changed 3 months ago. I got talked out of a couple bets. Remember we talked about this by some other guys, and I was like, dude, my new rule is I'm gonna do my uploads first, and then I'll listen to my boys.
So this is literally on the comment I left on Axel's Yabuki preview.
Axel's my guy.
I love Axel, bro.
Yeah.
I love that guy. There he is. I know you dropped one earlier, but I have to finish my Taraze tape before I can listen. I literally was like, I was like going to listen to this one now. I'm on Yabuki 7 to 12 KO because I already did my Yabuki study and my Alvarado study. And I like listening to other people's talks, of course, after the tape.
Yeah.
After everything's done. And I'm really trying to get better at not looking at odds before the tape. It can sway you, man. It can sway you. Like, you see a dog you love too much and it can just sway you one way or another. And I'm trying to get better at that because I know myself, I see a number that I like a little bit too much. And I'm a superstitious kind of guy. I'm a superstitious kind of guy. I saw Gio Santissima at plus 333 yesterday, and I love that number. I went and did, it's hilarious though, is I went and did 15 minutes of tape and the superstition got cracked. I was like, oh, Angelo Peno Exactly what I said in my Discord is gonna beat this dude up. Is gonna beat this dude, and he won 190, so he clearly beat the dude up in some way.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, we're not going to win all of them. I like that you said you pride your Discord or your Patreon on the study, the education aspect. I've said since jump, like I've been doing my channel for, breakdowns, stats on live videos for 2 years. I started the Discord in July based off of the chat here, but I've never marketed it as come to my Discord to get all of my bets. I marketed mine as a community. So like that's the coach in me, that's the teacher in me. I'm a team I was a team sport guy. I was a quarterback, point guard. I did grow up boxing. But I like the element of community. We're creating a space that we could disagree on as boxing and not badmouth each other. That's another big thing for me. Before I started doing this, mate, look, you know how toxic boxing Twitter is, how toxic boxing YouTube is. And that my whole goal was like, I want to create a community to where we could disagree and still learn.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's an insane space. MMA and boxing Twitter is an absolutely insane space.
Yeah.
Not even trying to be, I'm not trying to be like raw about it or anything. It's not a space for people with thin skin in the end of the day. Like it's just not. Like people just get pushed too far, you get offended by too many things, so on and so forth. And it's just the way it is. So
if anything, we could be like, I want to be like my goal is always to be a not a caveat, but give information out, tell you what I see as authentically as possible, put the work in, and then you guys can pick and choose what you like from me, add your own, do your work, and then we move on from there. It's not like, bro, I can't believe Callum Simpson lost. It's like, bitch, how many other people? I gave you 22 fucking bets, mate, and you're coming to me for the one that didn't hit. It was crazy.
That's what happens when it comes from parlay chasers and things of that nature.
It was crazy. Yeah.
I mean, there's my Patreon's very small, very few members, but the few members I have, I really appreciate. Someone sent me an awesome message to where it was like, I see how much they're gambling their tickets without giving out any names. And they, my little membership's not hurting their pockets. Let's just say that. And they straight up told me, they're like, dude, I'm not here for the betting advice. I do my own study. I'm here simply to support. No,
there's some good guys out there.
And just to take, and he said, he's like, you do the deeper dives and studies than I can do, which I appreciated. It's like, okay, so my worth is there. And people request, which I love, is I've had 5 now on my Patreon actually be requested. I have taped 4 separate fights that I would not have taped otherwise due to my Patreon. And I appreciate that people actually care enough to actually read my opinion on those ones. So
100%, man. And it's like of the negative ones, I must say what like 90
I shared in your Discord is I shared the Kevin Hernandez pick on I don't remember, it was some small British card last week. It was like small 6-round fights. I shared the Argentinian Kevin Hernandez in the Discord, and I know a few people actually took that pick. So it helped a few people in your community eat. So it was nice.
Bro, it's a very supportive, like for every 1 or 2 haters, we're gonna have like 95% love. So that I don't want to get the wrong intention out. But when you said that you're going through a downward, it just what's gonna happen though is it's when it comes back up.
Well, when you're always betting the way I do, betting value, it's just the way it's gonna be.
That's another thing.
When you're not out here like
you're not gonna bet $1.10.
I'm not betting. I'm not betting for guarantees.
Yeah, and you're not going to brag about it. And you're not going to brag about it. You're not going to market yourself like that. You're not going to say you're the best in the world betting 4 110s to get a 40% return.
Like I bet on Maxie Hughes, who lost by a round when his coach had a heart attack the same day of the fight. That's a value bet, and honestly, prayers up to his team. Like prayers up to his team.
Yeah, Maxie's class act.
That's a value bet by definition, and that's a bet that I would make again. I would make that bet again because on the right circumstances, Max is going to win that fight. I bet on Mikey Lee Burton on the decision at plus 850, and he lost by a round when, quite frankly, it should have been a draw at worst. I bet on Carolina Dubois to get the finish, and she gets a knockdown and doesn't go through the gears. These are bad. These are bets. They're bad bets because they lost, but they're good bets because they're value. And again, I hate to say it, I would take them again. Take them again because and they go and they win. One tweak and they win. Michael Lee Burton goes through the gears for one more round. He wins. Maxie Hughes doesn't let his foot off the gas rounds 5 through 8 and he gets at least a draw and we get our money back for that fight. Like stuff like that. Like, so
Yeah, but this is why channels like yours are important. Channels like mine are important. Channels like Gary from 3Ds are important. It's because at the end of the day, we're educating people. We're not. I know there's guys who have way bigger followings than all of us who are going to tell people they're promoting themselves a different way. You're not going to get clickbait on your channel. They're not going to find clickbait on my channel. You're going to find research, educated perspectives, and like you just said, it's value. Value is the key word.
We're gonna find hours of dumbass. When I say dumbass tape study, this is what I mean. I mean going into Twitter and Instagram interviews,
the weeds,
literally picking through the bullshit. Like,
dude, Imanaga. Before you came on, I was taping Imanaga and Ayrton Garcia, and I'm watching an Imanaga fight, like a 4-rounder, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? But I think that's a fun. Sometimes that's the best tape to watch.
Like, my phone memory is like 20-30% tape clips of boxing matches.
Same.
It's absolutely insane, man. Like, and the one thing is like, I understand that my bets aren't always going to hit, and I understand I'm going to have downswings, but undeniably, man, I'm always going to pride myself on the work that I put in because, damn it, I put in the work.
Like, WP Maestro, same. And look, Nick, we got fighters on our channel. We got coaches. They put in the work. We put in the work. And I think over time, be patient with all of it as it grows because it takes time to attract the right type of mindset and to detract the proper mindset. The casuals will be weeded out. And over time, you're going to be, dude, I'd rather have a community of a couple hundred.
Honestly, I welcome all casuals. Come learn something.
Come
learn something.
But don't talk shit.
Shit. And the best thing is about when it comes to me, talk a little shit because I'll talk a little shit back. It'll be all good. You will see in my comment more than anything in my comment section. If someone is anti my pick, you will see in my comment section more than anything. I will say, good luck on your pick. Make sure, I'll always say, I'll be the first one to give you your flowers if it hits. I will always tell them that. And if it hits, I will come back and give them love. I will come back and give them love. You can talk shit all you want. It is all good. But as long as you can dish it and we can take it, we're good to give back and forth, baby. Let's do it.
Same.
Because you know what? More comments help our algorithm.
Yeah, same. We'll revisit this, I always say. Or good luck. Good luck's my favorite one. This isn't going to happen. I'm like, cool, good luck. They're going to learn today. Nick, man, this is fun, man. I do have to go now. It's
actually perfect timing because my computer's on 3% and my charger's nowhere to be found, so it's perfect.
Nick, I appreciate you, boys. Breaking Bad Boxing, go give them a follow. Nick, I'll hit you up after the fights, all right?
Later, brother. Have a great one.
Thank you. All right, boys, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Everybody supports the channel like this. We're almost 2 hours in. We got 60 people here. This is, excellent. That's why it's called Round Robin. Yeah. Are you talking about Round Robin betting? Because shout out to Boxing Fan. Boxing Fan, he was an OG on the channel. I haven't seen Boxing Fan in a while on my streams. Hopefully he's all right. But Boxing Fan came on maybe 2 months ago, and he was talking about Round Robin betting. Is that what you're talking about here? But anyway, guys, with all of your picks, good luck. I'm going to be posting my final Japanese picks right now. I'm putting them in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, click the link that's pinned in this thread. It's a couple bucks a month. Oh, 100%. Tenio, share your thoughts if you're choosing Alvaro. 100%. Go to my picks right now. You'll see who I've taken. I'm going to share the the parlay I just did with Nick. I'll put it up there.